Live stream. That window. Okay. No music today because stream got copyright notices, so okay. And board. Take a black, knowing that I still have. Here and prevent progress on. What's up, May May? Ah, no yellows is a hard time getting to get whites in. My opponent. He takes two whites, probably assuming heads, but Yeah, these draws have been crazy. Like every both both streams so far. Sucks not to get a road 2 there, but I think overall I'm in a pretty decent position here. There's only 4 black left, so I think I actually want row 2 black here. Try to go for row 3 instead. Like last night I was playing decently, but not particularly well focused. I play a little bit better. Oh, my mic is kind of far away. Am I a little more audible now? This is an interesting. Okay, yeah, I moved my mic closer. I didn't realize it was further away. We'll see how I'm feeling today, game-wise. Hard to know until you start playing, I think. I lost some turn-based games earlier, so my yellow took a bit of a hit. Okay. I think I can defend red well here, but I can group it. I think I'll do that. I just defend yellow, which is interesting. I think we can end up dumping a bunch of whites on them and potentially just still get those yellows. Yeah, there's some delay between the chat and, or not between the chat, but like there's a delay between what I do and when it shows up on the stream, I think. Like I can see what's playing on the stream and it's like 2 minutes ago. I don't know how to change that. I could actually make an interesting play here and just build a second column. Yeah, I think this is good. From what I've seen in the settings, there's no, like, I don't think there's any delay in my settings, so I'm not sure I can make that delay any better. Yeah, they blocked my yellow row 2 a bunch, but like they gave up a lot to do it. They didn't build their own board at all, so no row finished for me. Pretty uncommon. Okay, let's start another one. Yeah, the chat is super delayed. Do some Googling. This might not be the best time to be looking for a game. Might be low activity. Um, Maybe we'll hop over to Arena. Last night this was like 50-50. I got one Arena opponent who was, I think, not very good. Oh no, actually that was when I opened it up to strong players. My Arena opponent was like 630, so that worked out nicely. This is pretty good too. 1700 Arena rating. Okay, another draw with a bunch of yellow. Against my better judgment, perhaps I will build the fourth column. Yeah, their reputation wasn't great, but okay. I'm gonna take other blue here. Just want as many blues as possible. And I might get a row 2 that I don't really want. Like these blacks, but could be worse. Oh, this is fascinating. Do I give them row 2 or row 4? think I'll give them row 4. And I'll plan on taking this black. That's a very interesting play by them. See how it works out. Group of 3 blue and a bunch of black. That's pretty nice. I really have much of a choice here. They don't really have anywhere to play white, so I don't need to worry about picking up at least some whites. So I'm gonna go for reds. Oh, but see, this just isn't very sharp of me. They actually just bailed me out. I was in trouble there for a minute. Okay, I don't want to group the reds. Maybe are you asking why I was in trouble? If they had taken the reds, I would be I would be forced to take the other red, and then I only had 1 play left. So I would have had to play the 4 white on row 1. And not make any progress on my row 5. I mean, it wouldn't have been the end of the world, but it wouldn't have been good. This is much better. They're an interesting player. They take a lot of time to think about things that are like seemingly obvious. Like right here, they're taking a long time to think about whether to take this one red. Where it's like pretty automatic. Maybe they have a weak connection. Okay, and then I think I actually want to take yellow to leave the possibility of getting the whites. The other option is to take the whites on row 1 for adjacency purposes. But then I have to take those yellow negatives. Okay, so row 2 yellow is going to be a contested thing here. It'd be pretty nice for me if I can get 2 yellow and 3 blue. Also potentially get 3 red. Curious if they'll defend white heavily. Maybe I should have just started with white. But they don't have great places to play it. I mean, they could play on row 5 and try to like build a second column. I wouldn't be too surprised if that's what they end up doing. Okay, so they're building on 5, or rather they're building that column but starting with the blues. I think I just take the white. I can't really exit this round without a good amount of white. Tough play. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Their row 1 is kind of in trouble. Do I play these yellows? Or do I just throw them away? What else would I want to play on 4? I would have nowhere to play blacks, so that would not be great. So let's just throw them away to be safe. I wonder if their reputation is because of timeouts, not because of bad behavior. I'm guessing that these like long pauses. Wouldn't taking the black instead of the yellow be better? I want to put pressure on their row 2 that they still need to finish for their column. Yeah. Okay, let's take the 1 red. We can play these blacks so we don't have to worry about them getting grouped, but it looks like our opponent's gonna let us group them. Yeah, so they're trouble here. They don't really have a way out of this. Okay, yeah, and this should just be cleanup duty. Grab these whites, give ourselves options for row 1. Odd play. Hi, Callball. Are you a Board Game Arena player? I don't recognize your name. Okay. Let's go back to try to get an expert game. Oh, we've got a master game. Oh, wow. This is a super interesting draw. So this is where this gets tricky. I think I'll take a blue. Try to get 2 whites out of this and build the center. Yeah, I'm glad you still watch. Oh, and Rish is spectating the game. Oh, kind of a tricky draw for our opponent. I think I have to take 3 white here. It's not exactly great for me, but there's some really interesting things that could happen. Depending on how much these reds get grouped up, there's a chance I could end up getting row 5 red and pivoting to the second column. Okay, but that's not going to happen. Okay. I think I want to make a bigger pile of reds to dissuade them from playing them on row 2. Okay, yep, that just backfired. They'll get a yellow no matter what. Okay. I think I'm gonna go for row 4. Or column 4, rather. It's a little crazy, but they can't really play blues on row 3 because they need to get row 3 white. So I'm hoping that I can pick up a bunch of blue. Now I have an interesting decision between row 3 and row 4 blue. Okay. Let's go row 3 because we might have to play yellows or blacks on row 4. And the way this game is going, it could be won on points, not columns. So I'm not gonna get a row 2 here. So I don't feel great about that round, but I also am up by 8, so it wasn't awful. Let's grab the first player tile. Okay, so our opponent can no longer get this second column because there's only 2 red left. So we're good there. We want to group up blacks for our row 3, maybe, but we also want row 1 black. But actually, this is good because after they take the white, presumably, we can take the last white, and then we can't be forced with these negatives. Okay, so they group up blues, which was smart, and I overlooked that. That was bad. I can't believe I overlooked the blues grouping. I should have just taken 2 blues center. That was pretty stupid. I actually want them to take that red. I don't know that they will, but and when I say take, I mean I want them to play it on row 4. Maybe they're not counting tiles. They probably are, but the blue mistake was big. Nah, they'll just get another column threat. I mean, I just fucked this game. They can get black threat as well. Full color black, I mean. Just not sharp. Not sharp, not looking at all the possibilities. I needed blue that round. I maybe even should have just taken the 5. Terrible. I mean, they did start with 4 reds, I guess, so I think I was on the back foot from the start, but not good play. I don't know if streaming is a good idea for my climbing ELO. Um, okay, my opponent is essentially putting their row 2 in danger. Yeah. Huh. Black is curious there. I don't really need to take these 3 blues. They'll probably be available. So what do I want? I don't know if it's a misclick. That'd be a weird misclick. To go on row 3. Okay, we're gonna make them pay massively for a row 2. Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. I probably could have gotten more out of that round. Okay, let's make sure we get control of red next round. Need to watch out for getting whites grouped up, but I guess my opponent will play them anyway, so. See if we can steal a row 3 yellow out of this. If they take the white, they take the single white, then we can, yeah, get a row 3 yellow. which presumably they just saw. Nope. Okay. I'm happy with either blue or black. Okay. Let's grab the blues. I'm not going to worry about the reds. There's 8 of them left. I only need 1. He can have them if he wants them. I do, however, need a row 1. Or do I? I like this. I think I'm going to give up this row 1. And I either get my row 5, or I would have played those whites on row 4 for a bunch of points. The only tricky thing, oh, well, I get a little lucky. Oh no, but he's first to go. I was gonna say the only tricky thing is I can't finish the game. I could take their game again if they want to. But because I didn't do the actual rematch, I don't get to go first. Okay. Grab a white. No blacks, so the weird draws continue. We'll just take a white away and take either of these row 2s. Because there's a 6 white, there's a reasonable chance he'll get stuck next round. That is a tough play. Starting a row 5 when there were 7 of that color already is like setting yourself up to just get stuck here. And if I get a little lucky with whites, which I don't, could have been even better. Okay. As much as I want to take yellows, I think the prudent thing to do is to just finish that black. Okay. I just don't think it's worth defending any of this. create a group of 3 white at least. Can pay extra. And this puts his row 2 at risk. If he takes the white here, I can just take the black, dump them. Okay. Alternatively, I can just trade for my reds. I think let's do that. Let's give him the option. He can have row 2 black, or I can have row 5 red. Okay, obviously take the white. Why dump the black instead of like playing them on row 3, you're saying, Mei? Okay. This is interesting. Let's go for row 4 white. Okay, and let's create blues. Okay, that's perfectly fine for us. Get a row 3 out of this. I have a shot at full colored black, in addition to potentially a second column. Our opponent just keeps ignoring their own white. There's 6 blue left, so I think I'm okay leaving row 2 blue open. I can definitely get it. Okay, can't forget about my row 1. I almost did that last round. It would have been bad. Yeah, I think it's fine to just take blues here. My opponent has no chance of getting a column, basically, so... do I want to play yellows? Realistically, I think I can play them pretty safely. But I do want 3 yellow for row 3. And my opponent can't play yellows, so that's basically just a freebie next round. Yeah, we're just gonna score. We'll be able to dump blues here as well. Oh, my opponent's gonna give me a shot at this black column. Oh, no, they're not. Okay, we will make them take 4 blue negatives. Get those yellows we talked about. Funny build from my opponent, just like the top 3 rows and almost nothing on the bottom. They just ignored white for so long. Okay, let's Try for one or two more, but I'll give Schwingzilla a break. Right, nothing going yet. I'm still upset about that game against the other master and missing that I couldn't let those blues get grouped up. That's just like really sloppy. Okay, we'll just queue arena. Oh, nice. Another 1700. We're getting like pretty good arena opponents tonight. This is going to be challenging to defend, I think. I might do something. No, I don't think so. Oh, my opponent is offline. It's not a good sign. Okay, here we go. Yeah, maybe I was considering going row 4 red, but to get it, it would group all the yellows up, and then I wouldn't really be able to play on row 5 yellow because they would just take the yellows on row 3 probably. So decided against that. I will put some pressure on their red, but obviously it's unstoppable. But I'm hoping to grab row 3 yellow here with the first player tile, and feel okay building the fourth column. Okay, so now we force the issue. Okay, so they're getting cute, not taking the reds. And I think just go for column 2 also. And there's a decent chance I get stuck on red row 5 for like this round at least, but I already have my upper row reds, so it's not so bad actually. Wow, and they're gonna still ignore red. But I don't know if I can. I think I need to finish white here. I think it's okay to let the reds go. I'll probably take black actually and still just give me the opportunity to block reds, which is what we'll do. Yeah, and now we can mess up their row 2. Yeah, I think this worked out quite nicely. Up by 6, not crazy, but the draws, man. Wow, doesn't take 3 black. Kind of surprising. I mean, I just have to take it. I give them 3 blue, but not too bad. I think I want to group the whites up to block their row 2, since they won't be getting row 2 red if they finish their row 5 red. Yep, okay. Yeah, and I'm gonna grab my row 2 at this point, just prevent any shenanigans. And I should be able to force them into row 1 white also, by taking this red here. So they go white, I go yellow, and they take blue negatives. Yeah, I think they're just misprioritizing stuff. Like, all of these draws have actually been quite good for them, but they keep taking like middle row things instead of finishing their bottom rows. And like, they've prevented me from developing a bit. Their board, like, they have 3 row 3s and I only have 1. But you see the price they've paid, they're down by 13 points. Okay. I'm thinking about what to do here. I think taking 2 black here is good. Yeah, they get their suboptimal row 1. And now creating a group of 3 blue is decent, although I could end up just, if we go blue, 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 then I end up risking not getting a white. So let's go for row 1 white. And then we can go after the blues. You can go blue and then play like play these whites on row 5 and like threaten this second column, but being up by 13 and scoring better in this round, I'm not too concerned about it. Let's take the black. I think I can play this yellow. There's no big like numbers here that I'm scared of, so Might as well save myself the negatives. I think I want the blue here actually, and to put a red into the center. Yeah, so now I can create my 2 whites and group their reds up. Okay, so they bail on the red. I think that's fine. This is like a silly. Ended up a little closer than I thought, and maybe I should have like calculated a bit in that last round, but my lead was really big, so even with the second column it felt pretty unlikely that they would get there. Looked like Admitted is playing some 4-player. Admitted, although it says expert, is a master level player. He's just been playing a lot of 4-player lately to prep for the World Series of Board Gaming. Okay, so we get Riche, and we are lucky to get a 3 blue start. Hilarious. We'll give Riche the first player tile, and just prioritize board development since we have a lead in row 3 already. That's a nice play. I think I'll grab the red. And then I'll take whichever of white and black gets left to me. This would be a nice boost after the lost master game earlier. And tiles are certainly being relatively kind to us. So my row 2 is flexible with blue or red. So I'm not going to mess around and let him take 2 white on row 2. I just want to get this done. Here's an interesting conceptual thing that Zeus taught me. Like I could block his red on row 2, but if you think about the optimal row 2 for me in this round, it's blue. And the reason is that I'm going to finish row 4 white. And so if I taking blue here opens up row 4 blue for me next round, basically. I think I can screw Riche on row 2 here. But what's best? Let's think. I need to either take reds, basically, or group them. I think I'll go with the group them strategy. Yeah, and so he's debating a play that groups these 2 whites together so that he can still get row 2. Yeah, going back to that other thing, like when you build the middle column, if you have a setup like this and you finish row 4 in round 2, ideally you get row 2 blue in round 2 also instead of row 2 red. Hopefully we get to see. Okay, I'm going to take. Okay, what's better for me here? If I take white, he takes red. I take a bunch of negatives from blues. I'm going to take a bunch of negatives anyway. But I can block him on reds a bit. This is well played from him. Just giving me a bunch of negatives. Okay, so no blue comes. Again, let's just not mess around. We can't afford to get stuck on black. There's only 6 left. But this is not looking good after round 2, being down by 7. Maybe I misplayed the end of that round a bit. I'd like to grab row 2 white. Possibly even row 3 white. Though I think that's unlikely. He would like to play white on row 4. I think this is relatively safe. I think, like, I don't know that he can. Yeah, so the 2 white 4 is what I was going to suggest he might do. Oh, he's not playing it on 4, though. I mean, he's going to have some challenges here. And I can set up for a threat with the number of remaining yellows left. Row 5 will be a possibility. Blacks will be tough. There's only 6 left, and I want them on row 1 and 2, but there's a world in which I forgo this row 2 black and instead play for the column. And he doesn't really want to play any of these remaining tiles. Let's take the black. This is one less black we need to potentially do this whole column thing. We might catch up a bit here. Yeah, so we're only down by 2 now. Jesus. I mean, this is not good. The 3 blue is brutal. He's going to score a lot this round. But if he takes the 3 blue, we will start collecting row 2 red. And that will hurt his scoring a lot, and he can't get row 4 white. Yeah, so opts for the red instead. So now we can force his row 1 to be basically unplayable. Okay, we take whites. I mean, it's not good by any stretch, but we have an outside chance at a second column if he gives us these. Even if he doesn't give us these yellows, actually, still a shot at it. I don't think it's enough to win based on how much he's going to score this round, and we're not scoring anything, basically. But I don't know what I could have done with the row 3 blues coming out, or the group of 3 blues. Okay, we can prevent him from ending the game. That is one thing we can do. So we can at least take this to round 6, where maybe we have a shot at full color blue, maybe have a shot at another column. It is, yeah. Okay, so this gets interesting. I can take points with 2 red on row 2, but then I have no shot at full color blue next round. I need to unblock the row 4 red if I want that. But I do think I need points. He's not scoring much, but I'm going to eat so many negatives. I'm minus 14. So I don't think any amount of second column is going to catch me up from the minus 14. Yeah, down by 24, needing a miracle. Push more blacks into the center. Okay, and I think the play here is to just take a blue, maybe to block his row 3 blue. I can get white or yellow on row 3, maybe. I mean, he can take the white, but or do I just go for finishing that? Okay. So the difference between his blue and his red is not crazy. 8 versus 5. I don't know that it's worth me going -5, so we'll just score points. These are equivalent to me. So this won't matter. You can play both of these. Yeah, not even close. I guess I'll play one more so Reach can watch. Well, so far these streams have been a colossal failure in terms of gaining ELO. They started at 761, back down to 760. Could be worse. And might have to go arena. Oh shit. I just got paged at work. Sorry for some noise. I'm gonna my work laptop. Okay. My opponent needs red for everything. Row 1, row 2, row 5. So this prevents them from being able to do all of that. Try to get 3 white or 3 yellow out of this. This is fine. And next round they will still need red for everything. Sorry, I'm distracted by this work thing. Okay, we're back. This game we're just closing out. Score's not close. Not a lot to worry about. Hey, Rish. Yeah, curious your thoughts on that game. I think it's always not fun to lose when you got a 3 blue start. I feel like in general should win those. Um, but yeah, I think round 2 maybe I could have been cleaner. I took too many negatives. And then round 4 I just didn't know what to do at all. Didn't really feel like I could really stop you at all at that point. So I've played Athena a number of times. They should know. We've talked. They should know me. This is a weird response. You think taking the reds? You're saying not the play to group them, but taking them. Yeah, I played them on row 3, right? And I took 2 negatives for it, and then I took another 2 negatives for the blue row 1 when I could have done something differently. I think either way, I was in a bad situation with those, if I remember right. Okay, let's. Could I have played 2 white 3? I'm not sure. I don't see why not. I think I probably had it open. Hey, Michael. I think blocking my opponent from yellow is better than preventing them from finishing white. Michael, who are you on Board Game Arena? Thanks for the confirmation, Reesh. Skadelica. Okay, I don't think I've seen you before. It's a little interesting. There's a lot going on here. Generally, taking a yellow and just finishing this out so I don't get stuck later is fine. And this creates a situation where I have blue or red for row 2. So I'm fine there. I might get slightly delayed on black, but they can't play them great. J Vega 918 says this is gay, to be honest. Cool. Let's take the blue. They can't. They can play row 3 blue, but they can't do anything with the reds. So I'm slightly worried about black here, but yeah, I should have been paying more attention to this possibility. $13 black left. Maybe I can afford to. That was sloppy, though. That was very sloppy. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Like, how do you end up on this stream? Okay, solid round, but only 2 black come. But our opponent is still very stuck on yellows. And they can't play black, so. The only challenge is if we play 3 yellow, we have nowhere to play blues. But if we play 3 yellow, our opponent can't play anything other than blues, really. So presumably they eat up all the blues. We score on whites in the upper rows and get black on row 5 is the hope. Okay. Maybe I want to force the issue. Group the 2 blacks together, but I don't really want whites getting too grouped up. But now they can just take a black and throw it away. Okay. This is good for us. We can create a group of 4 so we don't get stuck with any of these remaining blues. With 6 black left and the first player, I think I can be confident. No, and they're going to give me these anyway. Great. Okay, and our scoring's just way better this round. With this row 3. Oh, but they have a row 4, so it's not way better, but it's slightly better and we have fewer. So up by 5, don't need to. The only challenge here is this 2 black is combined with the single white. So let's take the white first, and we'll probably end up filling the 2 blacks another way. Yeah, I'll create a group of 3 yellow. And we can always play the 3 blacks on row 3, so yeah, so we'll let them get the row 4 red. We'll just take the 3 blacks. The red was worth more to them than yellows were to me. So I think blocking me getting 1 point from yellows wasn't worth giving up 4 points from the red. It doesn't matter in this case, but okay. Against my better judgment, because I should go to bed, I will play another. That is not a bad start. If I take 2 blue, they get 3 yellow. If I That's interesting though. Okay. Yeah, just take a yellow here. Now I have a decision to make. Do I build column 4, or I'm sorry, column 2, or column 3? I don't generally love this setup of like, I'm okay building column 2 if I have set up like in my upper rows in column 3, but having my upper rows be a little further away tends to create some not great situations, but yeah, and of course 1 black comes because why not? And 3 yellow for my opponent and all the whites. Okay, we're not gonna build row 3 white, so let's build row 3 blue. Yeah, generally I am a liberal with the row 3 plays in terms of like which one I get, which row 3. Generally, I want my row 3 to be aligned with my column, but when it's yellow, it's not as... I don't like building the fourth column, so when I end up with row 3 yellow, I tend to go off into column 3 or column 2. Okay, we'll try to get as much red on row 5 as we can. I think we can just give them the yellow. It's not really that defendable, and if I don't build anything, it's going to be problematic. Obviously a strong start for them, but what am I going to do? The problem is I can't get row 2 white, so I want row 2 red. They're going to get row 3 blue. I mean... Oh, they're going to take black. Prevent row 3 blue. That can't be worth it. You think just build something different there, Rish, instead of... I mean, I was kind of fucked with that draw anyway, I think. I don't know, man. It's not... Yeah, maybe I should have just given up on 2. I wasn't going to get white on row 3 anyway. Like, I was so limited in that round regardless. I guess I paid the price for not... Well, I don't know what I paid the price for, but... Okay, so my way to still be in this game is to not let them end the round. So we're gonna play another round 6 game. Yeah, I think you're right, Rish. Finish row 5 red and get red 1 for the adjacency. Okay, just to make sure, obviously this is not winning, right? So I grab here. This allows him to force all those reds on me, which isn't good. I want to finish the game. Yeah, I should have thought about that round more. Any reason to play this black? What are the odds? Down by 1 with a miracle draw, which, why would that happen? Oh, GG's. Oh wow, they got full color white too. I didn't even see that. Okay, well, that's gonna be the end of it. Wish things had gone better. But such is life. Yeah, still planning on doing this again tomorrow, where I will probably lose more ELO and feel even worse about myself. So